What's up, YouTube family? Welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button because guess what? You home now. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the family. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Drop me a comment in the comment section as the video goes on. Let me know what's resonating with you. Let me know your ideas, your thoughts, your connections, your emotion. It's about to go down in this video. You guys are about to get into the nitty gritty, okay? My hair look a hot mess, you know what I'm saying? It's been a long day since the beginning of this morning. I've been up early on phone calls, doing sessions since 5 a.m. But we ain't gonna focus on that. That's not the focus. I just had to say, excuse the do because it's looking like a bird's nest right now. But the topic of this video is 6 signs of emotional maturity, okay? Emotional maturity is something that gets overlooked and people don't talk about enough. Emotional maturity is something that everybody needs to embody. Everybody needs to learn to grow, to have, and start to cultivate, because when you are emotional mature, it definitely will affect the relationships that you have, whether it be intimate relationships, relationships with your family members, relationships with, in your friendships, your co-workers, your neighbors. It affects all kinds of relationships. When you are emotionally mature, it just sets the tone for how you maneuver in every relationship outside of you. So I feel like this is a very important topic. And this video is for you guys to do a self-check for yourself and for you to be able to gauge other people around you, whether it's a boyfriend or a girlfriend, a best friend, a friend that you just met, a homegirl, a homeboy, and you're trying to gauge their emotional maturity. Now, there's a lot of signs out there, but these are the ones that I typically notice right out the gate when I'm doing my sessions on the phone, when I'm meeting new people, when I'm interacting with other people. These ones right here will tell me out the gate if people are emotionally mature, and it'll teach me, it'll show me how to handle these people. It'll show me how they're going to handle me with certain conversations, how they're going to react, certain responses when in any kind of situation, especially situations where people are uncomfortable, especially situations when things don't go people's way. Because when things don't go people's way, that's when you start to see their true colors. That's where you start to see where they are on the elevation spectrum, where they are if they're elevated or if they're not, okay? Emotional maturity is so key. It is so important and it does not get talked about enough. So we about to dive into it today, okay? So let's go, y'all. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Y'all ready for this? Because I am so ready, okay? So the first sign of emotional maturity is you understand how others act is a reflection of them, not you. Okay, let me say that again. You understand how people act is a reflection of themselves and not you. So let me elaborate on that a little bit. When people, especially when people are upset or people acting out, when people are upset, or you might get into an altercation with someone, you might have a disagreement with someone, you might have a misunderstanding with someone, how they respond and how they react is definitely a reflection of them and not you. How they're treating you on a day-to-day basis is definitely a reflection of how they feel inside, what's going on inside them, inside their head, inside their logic, inside how they view the world. It's all about them. It's not about you. How people act is always about them. How people maneuver in life is always about them. It's how they view the world. It's never about the other person, okay? So let me give you an example. So let's take, for instance, let's say you get into an argument with someone or a disagreement with someone and they start acting out. They start knocking stuff over, hitting mirrors off the walls and bashing car windows. Them acting out is almost like they're having that tantrum because that's the capacity of which they know how to respond to those situations. And that's not to say that it's okay. That's not to say that you condone this type of behavior, but you understand that that's where they are mentally. If they don't have the tools or the mindset to say, you know what, I'm upset, I'm just gonna walk away, or they don't have the elevated mindset to make better decisions and to have an interaction with you without having a fit or a tantrum, you understand that it's all about them. That's where their mental capacity is. That's where their maturity level is. That's where it's going to show you where they have done the work or where they have not done the work. It's going to show you where their growth is. It's always about them. It's never about you. So if somebody is going off, flying off the hinges, you might be in traffic or with somebody, and people got road rage. Why are you cutting me off? They hanging out the window, cussing people out, going all crazy and stuff. I know y'all seen it. Comment in the comment section if you know what I'm talking about. You see people just become completely unhinged when they're hot and bothered, when something is bothering them, when something doesn't go their way. If you know somebody who comes completely unhinged when something is not the way that they want it to be, leave a comment in the comment section, because this person is not emotionally mature. They haven't gotten there yet. And in no way, shape, or form is it okay, but it's important for you to understand this is their mindset. This is the capacity in which they know how to handle the situation. When people who are not mature, it's just like a toddler. A toddler, they might be in the grocery store. My mom, can I have these chips? No, we have chips at home. They start acting out, because that's the capacity in which they know how to handle themselves and express their emotions. They don't know how to verbalize and say, you know what, Mom, I really would like the chips. The chips that we have at home is a knockoff brand, or the chips that we have at home is a different kind and I don't want that kind. They don't know how to vocalize in a sensible way of what makes sense for both parties to communicate on what's really happening, for it to be conducive for everyone involved. So when people act out, start calling you all out your name, start acting all crazy, start coming completely unhinged, it's a reflection of what's going on inside of them. It's a reflection of them, not you. So don't personalize anything when you see people acting all crazy. That's just the level of where they are. They are emotionally immature, and they've got some work to do. If you own this channel, though, you are definitely on your way to emotional maturity if you're not there already. But if you following me, you rocking with me tough, you gonna be emotionally mature after you really start following me and engaging with me, okay? Because that's what we doing on this channel. We elevating our mindsets. We cultivating growth, love, respect. We doing all of those things on this channel, okay? So if you on this channel, like attracts like, I know that you with the business. I know that you are elevated. I know that you have you're on your path to ascension if you are on this channel. So leave me a comment in the comment section if that used to be you, because remember, this video is for you to self-diagnose and for you to be able to gauge people around you so that you know how or where they are mentally. What is their mental capacity in dealing with situations, okay? Let me know, you guys. So number two, moving on to number two, the second sign of emotional maturity is you take responsibility for your own emotional reactions and responses, okay? So this is piggybacking off of number one, but it's in reverse. It's the opposite. The first sign, you know that how they're reacting is a reflection of them. But the second sign is you take responsibility for your own reactions. So we're going to take that scenario of somebody, knocking stuff over, bashing out your car windows. And I'm not saying that you should be, you should deal with this and that this stuff is okay. But what I'm saying is for you to understand where they are mentally, intellectually. So we're going to take that scenario, somebody becoming completely unhinged because they're not having their way or something upsets them. So when somebody becomes completely unhinged, like a psychopath, destroying the house, knocking stuff over, breaking glass, breaking tables, throwing stuff, you don't respond. You don't stoop to their level. You take responsibility for your own response, your own reactions, and how you are going to engage in this argument. 10 times out of 10, you're going to walk away. You're going to be like, I do not have time for this. You're not going to stoop to their level. You're going to disengage. You're going to you're probably going to cut them off, okay? Because cutting them off might be a good idea, because you guys are not equally yoked. You guys are not on the same vibration. Y'all not on the same page. You guys are not on the same frequency, okay? You probably out they league. If you own my channel and you see people around you acting this way, I can guarantee you that you're out of their league, Okay, so you take responsibility on how you react in situations, how you engage in arguments, how you participate in things that bother you. You don't become completely unhinged. You know what's good for you. You know what's healthy for you, and you are wise on how you spend your energy. No, when you got too much to lose. When people don't got enough to lose, they be in these streets acting reckless, y'all, okay? But you got too much to lose. You've worked hard, you've done the work, you've elevated your mind, you've grown so much, you've matured so much, and you refuse to go back there. And that's why it's so easy for you guys to identify when someone hasn't done the work, because you be like, that used to be me. It is easy for you to identify when someone who is emotionally mature, because you'd be like, that used to be me. Thank God for growth. Thank God for maturity. Okay. So that is the second sign, you guys. You know how to respond and take personal responsibility in your response and your reactions when people are just flying off the handle, or when someone tries to jab you and tell you a low blow, or tries to dig deep and hurt your feelings. That's why you can't have kids. Something like that, or something. Or that's why your mom put you up for adoption. You know how people are. People who are not emotionally mature, they take low blows like that. They take jabs like that to try to cut you deep and get under your skin. But because you are emotionally mature, you don't respond. You don't give them the reaction that they're looking for. They're looking for that reaction. They're trying to get that rise out of you so y'all could keep going at it. Remember, they're not emotionally mature, so they're trying to get you on their level so you don't appear higher than them. But like the words of the famous Michelle Obama, when they go low, you go high. And it's not always that easy, but if you go high when they going low, you will always be on top, and I guarantee you that. And your good karma gonna come back around. Your good karma is going to come back around. Excuse me, y'all, let me get some water. So you take personal responsibility on how you react and how you respond to things that does not serve you. You make sure that you are emotionally intact. You don't become emotionally unhinged, okay? So if that's you, give yourself a thumbs up, give yourself a pat on the back, because not a lot of people are there. Not a lot of people are doing the work to say, you know what, let me grow, let me elevate my mind. There's a lot of people who are not in a place of growth, and it's sad. It really is sad. But if you on this channel, you on personal growth and development with Coach E, with your girl Ebony, I know that you are in a position for growth. You are seeking growth and maturity and stability. You are seeking elevation, and that's why you here. I love y'all. So let's move it on. Number 3. What's the third sign? The third sign of emotional maturity is you're able to listen to the opposing opinions of others and their perspective without taking offense. Now, this one right here is grown folk business for sure. Only grown folks. People look like they be grown. People talk about the age. I'm grown. I pay all my bills. People be thinking because they got good careers. They be lawyers, doctors, nurses, all these other things out there, plumbers, all these great things. And there's nothing wrong with that. But they be all these great things, and they put on the hat as an adult, as a grown folk. But everybody be grown until it comes to emotional maturity. That's when you could tell when somebody really grown, when they demonstrate and exude emotional maturity, okay? So this one is grown folk business for sure. You are able to listen to other people's perspective. You are mature enough to know that there's not just one perspective here. There's two people's perspective, and neither one is wrong. People have their truth. You have their truth. That don't mean you got to agree, but your truth is your truth. Their truth is their truth. And there's a lot of different factors in how people perceive situations. This is why two people could be in the same situation, the same encounterment, and have two different experiences, because their perception, their perspective is different. And you are wise enough to know that. You are mature enough to know that. You are mature enough to know that this is my truth, but that's your truth. And that doesn't make me wrong because I'm not experiencing the same things as you. People who are emotionally immature, they tend to they tend to not be, they're not able to respect someone else's position. They're not able to respect someone else's decision making if it doesn't benefit them. People who are emotionally immature, they're not able to understand that there's two perspectives here, and they always start conversations with, if that was me, I would da 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 da. Well, I feel like this person should be da 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 da. If I was in this situation, I would never da 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 da. Failing to realize you're not them, they're not you, they're not in this situation with you, they're in their own situation, they're in their own world, they're in their own universe, they're in their own thing. And how people maneuver in life, and how their decision making is, there's a lot of things that affect that. Their upbringing, their lack of discipline, over disciplined, abuse, trauma, having two parents, having one parent, mommy issues, daddy issues. There's so many key factors into how people maneuver in life and how they go through different problems in life. So when you are emotional and mature, you understand this. And people who are emotionally immature, well, you should have did da, da, da. How you think I should handle it is not how I'm going to handle things. You would handle it because that's you, and that's how you maneuver in life, and that's your viewpoint. How I handle it is what's best for me and my mental health, and what I chose to do because that's where I am and how I perceive the situation. People who are not emotionally mature they don't know how to split it down. They don't know how to differentiate the two. That, okay, this is my perspective, that's your perspective, and I respect you where you are. I asked you to do this for me, you said no. I'm not even gonna ask you why, because that's your business, that's your life, that's your perspective, that's what you got going on, and I respect it. People who are not emotionally mature, they don't know how to operate like that. People who are emotionally mature, somebody might call you and say, hey, can I borrow $100? And you say no. The person who's emotionally mature, they're not even gonna say, well, why? The person who's emotionally mature, they're gonna say, oh, okay, well, thank you, and they just gonna hang up. They're not gonna ask you why, because it ain't your business. Asking someone why is neither here nor there. They just said no, and they respect where you're coming from. Period. Okay? They respect what your decision is. Period. That's emotional maturity. People who are emotionally immature, they guilt trip you. Oh, I asked you for $100 and you said no, but I saw you post on IG that you went to the movies and you went on vacation with your kids. What does me going to the movies and on vacation with my kids for the money that I worked hard for has anything to do with what you asked me for? What I do with my money, my funds, ain't your business. People who are emotionally immature, though, that's how they think, that's how they operate. They think the sun rises and sets on their ass, and it doesn't, because it's all about me, and it's never about you. That's how you know when someone is emotionally mature or emotionally immature. Man, comment in the comment section if you feel like, if you know somebody, or if it used to be you and you felt entitled to other people's time, money, energy because you was in a place of emotional maturity. Let me know. Comment in the comment section. Share with the community. Let's create a dialogue in the comment section. Let people know. You guys talk to each other. Let us know where you are in life, or if you're experiencing someone and you're like, they're not really as mature as I thought they was. They had that hat on, they had that mask on, but when I really got to know them, they're not really mature. You probably know a lot of people that way. But when you are emotionally mature, you take full responsibility on how you react to people and how you respond to people and their decision making and how they maneuver in life. And when someone upsets you, when things bother you, you are very calculated and you use your sound judgment on how you react to things. Okay? Let's move on, y'all. That was number 3. So number 4, we're going to get into number 4. Number 4, the fourth sign that you are emotionally mature, and it could be you, your partner, your neighbor, anybody. This is a video to gauge where people are. Gauge yourself, gauge others that you are interacting with, okay? So number 4 is you no longer project your insecurities onto others. Ooh, that's a good one. You no longer project your insecurities onto others, okay? Oh my God, this can look so different in so many different ways. This could look different across the board. a lot of times when I see people projecting their insecurities onto others, it's typically like relationship involved, like intimate relationship involved. Like I'll be on a call or on a session, and this is so common with so many people. And let's just, I'm just gonna make up a scenario and I'm just gonna make up names, okay? So let's say we have Sarah and we have Jessica. So Sarah and Jessica are cousins, okay? Let's say Sarah is over Jessica's house and Jessica's man is there. Sarah is not worried about Jessica's man. They're cousins, they grew up together, it doesn't matter. But Jessica sees that maybe her man is not really liking Sarah, like in a sexual way, but he has this kind of respect for her and it's bothering Sarah. It brings up an insecurity. So then Sarah projects her insecurities onto her cousin, like, well, why this or why that, or just nitpicking with her, because inside she feels the insecurity because she can see that her man is not hitting on her or anything, but he has this respect for her because he sees the caliber woman that she is. And it's opened his eyes like, this is a different kind of woman, and he's eager to learn. So that brings up an insecurity in the girlfriend, because she may have thought she was the cream of the crop and she really wasn't. And I hate to say it like that, but it is what it is. I ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing. Let me know if you can relate to this scenario. Let me know if this resonates with you. All kinds of things brings up other people's security and they project it on you. Well, I'm not gonna invite her over here no more because you just all in her face asking her questions, you taking advice from her. The same thing I've been telling you to do for 2 years. You asked her, she told you to do it one time and you do it. And it has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with probably not what you say, but how you say it, because you're emotionally immature. It has everything to do with that person being on the outside looking in. This is why people go to therapists or get other opinions from other people. This person is on the outside looking in. So of course, the boyfriend or the cousin or whatever is going to probably take heed to that advice, because instead of taking advice probably from their partner, especially in the heat of a situation, or if they're not getting along about a specific topic, it has nothing to do with being intimate or liking someone or anything like that. It has everything to do with you, the approach that you're taking, but it's bringing up your immaturity. So now you don't want to invite this cousin over because you see that your man is learning from this cousin. And they're not doing anything disrespectful, but they're just learning from each other. They're learning. They're elevating each other's mind. They're doing business. They're talking positivity. They're talking elevation, and you see that growth. So that cousin brought out something in your man that you weren't able to bring out, and it made you feel insecure. So now you've taken out of your cousin. Well, I'm not inviting you over here no more, or you just making me feel away. Or, there's all kind of situations that bring up people's insecurities. But when you are emotionally mature, you capitalize on that. Like, okay, I see you learning. Okay, we finna all elevate together. Okay, that I was trying to get that message through to you. Maybe it wasn't what I was saying. Maybe it was how I was saying it. But my cousin is able to say it in a different way where it's locking in on you. Let's go. We elevating. We learning. We getting the messages across. We expanding our mind. We expanding our consciousness. We talking business. We making money moves. That's an emotional, mature person. They're not reflecting their insecurities and making it about them, or making a problem when there is no problem. Okay. And there could be so many situations. It doesn't have to be with family. It doesn't have to be with boyfriends and girlfriends. It could be with friends. Let me give you an example with some friends. Okay. Let me think of a really good example for bringing up insecurities out of each other. Okay, let's say there's two friends, okay? Two homeboys. One homeboy just got a job. And he told his other homeboy, Amazon warehouse is hiring. Come up there and apply. So homeboy A, he got the job. He up there. He working for about 2 months. Homeboy B, he come because his homeboy told him to. He plug him in and homeboy B is up there working. The manager sees homeboy B doing something a different way, and he's like, I like that. That's really effective. So the manager tells homeboy B to tell homeboy A, we're going to do it this way. Homeboy B tells homeboy A, we're going to do it this way because the manager said it's more effective and it's killing time. We cutting time in half. We cutting time in half. We cutting time in half. So homeboy A feels insecure. He gets insecure. Instead of saying, you know what? He gets insecure and he starts hating on homeboy B. I'm the one who's thinking in his head, I'm the one who gave him the job. And now the manager looking at him and He getting in his feelings. It's bringing up insecurities inside of him. Instead of saying, you know what? That's a really good idea. We're going to cut time in half. That means we're getting off work early. We finna go home. We finna perfect the job. We finna get the job done. And everything is finna be kosher. Instead of being emotionally mature, he's focused on the insecurity side. And he's letting the insecurities come up. But when you emotionally mature, you don't let things bring up your insecurities. You don't reflect your insecurities onto other people. They might come up because that's human nature, but you check yourself. You have a conversation with yourself. You talk to yourself in the shower. You talk to yourself in the bathroom. You talk to yourself in a car on your way to wherever, and you reason with yourself. You navigate a different way. And I'm not saying that the problems won't occur, because they will, but you handle situations a different way. You do not reflect your insecurities on to other people. That's emotional maturity, okay? I hope with these examples, because I'm just winging it, I hope with these examples you guys are able to see the difference in what I'm talking about with emotional maturity and reflecting your insecurities on people. I hope you guys are able to grasp what I'm saying. Because sometimes I'll be rambling, y'all, and then I'll be like, oh, girl, you getting off track. But anyway, so that was sign number 4, okay? Let's get into this 5th sign. The 5th sign of emotional maturity is you do not treat relationships as a competition, but as a collaboration. This could be friendships or intimate relationships. One more time, you do not treat relationships as a competition, but as a collaboration. People who are emotionally immature, everything is a competition. They're trying to one-up you. They're trying to throw you under the bus. They're trying to downplay your greatness. They're trying to downplay your skills. They're more so focused on dimming your light instead of cultivating their own light, okay? When people who are emotionally immature, they focus on dimming your light instead of cultivating in their own gifts, their own talents, focusing on themselves. When you are emotionally mature, you want everybody in your circle to win. You want everybody in your circle to win. It's not a competition. You looking at your homegirl like, how can we plug each other? We are both are different people. We come from different backgrounds. We both have different crafts. What can we both bring to the table that's going to enhance each other's lives? That's emotional maturity. Emotional immature people, oh, I see her over there making them YouTube videos. She thinks she all that. I'm not going to subscribe to her channel, even though she asked me to. I'm not going to subscribe to her channel. I'm not going to support. I'm not going to share. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. They try to put a damper on your stuff because they're so worried that you're going to outshine them. And that's not even a thing. And I mean, it can be a thing, but it's only a thing when you give that power. But when you worry about yourself, you're not worried about taking somebody else's light because you got your own light. All you're doing is trying to grow your light bigger and bigger and bigger. And you're worried about the collaborative part of it. You're more so focused on what can I learn from her? What can she learn from me? What can he teach me? What can I teach him? Where can he plug me? Where can I plug him? You're more focused on the growth, the expansion, the elevation. People who are emotionally immature, they just want to put a lid on your light and put out your fire. That's all they want to do. They're focused on what you got going on, what you doing, and how much progression you're going to have, instead of focusing on themselves, and you focus on you and yourself. And then we come together when we both whole and put it all out there and start plugging each other. Emotionally immature people, it's always a competition. It's never it's never collaborative. It's only a competition. And this could be a best friend. This could be a cousin. This could be a neighbor. This could be a boyfriend. This could be a girlfriend. This could be your boss. It could be anybody. People who are emotionally immature, it's always a competition. Okay? Man, y'all let me know in the comment section if you know somebody who emotionally immature and always competing with you. If you on my channel, I know you got that it factor. I know you got that sauce. I know you got that swag. If you connected with me, I know you got something about you and somebody is trying to be in competition with you. It just is what it is. It is what it is. We ain't gonna sugarcoat it. It is what it is. So let me know if you know somebody who's in competition with you and they're demonstrating emotional immaturity. I know y'all feel it. I know this resonates with y'all. Moving on though. Moving on. I think we on number 6. We on the last slide? Because I feel like I could talk about this all day, y'all. I feel like I could talk about it all day. So number 6, the last and final sign of emotional maturity is you care more about the emotional connection and the importance of your relationship instead of being right. You care more about the emotional part. You care more about the emotional connection and the importance of the relationship instead of being right. People who are emotionally mature, they don't want to argue with their sibling. They don't want to argue with their best friend. They want to speak their piece. They want to stand their ground. They want to speak what's on their mind, but they care more about the relationship, the health of the relationship. You're talking with them, not at them to make them feel bad. You're not coming down on them. You're not talking low on them. You're not talking down on them trying to make them feel low. You care about the longevity of the relationship. You care about the dynamic of the relationship more than you do about being right. Like, you understand, okay, that's your perspective. This is my perspective. Like, we could agree to disagree before this gets out of hand and somebody says something that's going to be really hard for us to come back from. You care about that because the importance of the relationship, the health of the relationship is far more important to you than just being right. People who are emotionally immature, they care about being right all the time. They don't care how deep they cut. They don't care what they say. They just want to make sure they all right. And at the end of the day, they probably still ain't right. And they done lost a friendship. They done lost a bond. They done lost a relationship. They done lost a connection. They sabotage. They can't think ahead. They speak before they think. People who are emotionally mature do not speak before they think. Emotionally mature people are very calculated in how we handle discussions, arguments with people that we love and people that we care about and people that we don't want to hurt. Yes, I'm gonna speak my piece. Yes, I'm gonna get my point across. Yes, I'm gonna stand my ground, but I'm going to do it very calculated to where the relationship is not damaged. We might need a little space, but we're going to be able to come back to this. We're going to be able to bounce back. People who are not emotionally mature, they don't give a damn. They're going to sabotage the relationship, and then it's going to affect them in the long run. They're going to be like, damn, I played myself. Like, dang, I lost a good one. But it shows you where they are mentally. It shows you where they are. What it shows you their mindset. They are not emotionally mature. So let me know in the comment section if this video resonates with you. Let me know, are you emotionally mature? Are the people you're dealing with emotionally mature? Did you used to be emotionally immature and now you've grown? Are you in the process of growth? Are you still trying to figure out how to handle things and become more emotionally mature? Let me know. Reach out to me, book a session with me. I would love to help you guys with this. Like, comment, share, subscribe, share this video with some people because people need to hear this. Emotional maturity is so very important and it gets overlooked. I love y'all. I'll see y'all next time. Deuce.